Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 is officially on the way. We've now seen our first trailer for it, and there is a Steam page ready to go. Also, not shown anywhere on this Steam page, but if you watch their Discord, not only have we seen this character, which is called Baba Chops, we have 7 other characters announced as part of Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. We'll get to those in a minute, but I wanted to read the Steam page just to see what's on here. They're always a little different. It might give us some clues as to what we're going to expect. The darkest chapter yet in the epic Poppy Playtime saga, pushed deeper in the undiscovered depths of Playtime Co. Factory, far below anything the world knew. Yes, down, down, down. Here you'll encounter terrifying new threats and discover shocking revelations. Can you outwit the unnatural new creations lurking in the shadows? And that is Baba Chops and the other nightmare critters. Yes, darker version of the smiling critters. Can you survive here long enough to eventually unravel the mysteries behind the experiments? Every step will test your courage. Every puzzle will challenge your mind, and every corner may be your last. New characters and allies. New extraordinary characters guide your way and haunt your nightmares. So this might be a replacement. Well, I don't know if they can replace Ollie because he was present throughout Poppy Playtime Chapter 3, and I feel like he has to play some part in Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. But it looks like the characters themselves may be the guide instead of Ollie on the phone. Discover more about the dark secrets of Playtime Co. and its twisted past. Solve intricate puzzles that can mean the difference between life and death. Haunting visuals, immersive sound design, they're very good at that. Will you escape the horrors hidden within the Playtime Co., or will you succumb to the terror survival isn't guaranteed fear is? Escape them. Now, I don't think that Chapter 4 is going to be the final chapter, although escaping Playtime Co. here... there's gonna be a Chapter 5, who am I kidding? So before we get to the other nightmare critters and talk about them, I just wanted to talk about the thumbnail on Steam for each of the chapters. Poppy Playtime Chapter 2, we've got Mommy Longlegs staring at us, we've got Catnap staring at us in Chapter 3, and in this one, we have Baba Chops staring at us. That'll be important in a minute. Here are a few more scenes. Can we... Yeah, let's see. This wasn't in the trailer, so I haven't actually seen this image before. I don't know what's up there. It almost looks like the sky, but we know that's not true. We've gone down. But yeah, there's a desk where you check in. There's gates here. They kind of look like prison. There's doors this way. There's this square thing here. I'm not sure what any of this is about, but it looks like there are multiple ways you could go. I would expect if this red line goes to here, there's another one here, then there's yellow, yellow, and blue. Garbage, but this looks kind of like, well, it looks more like garbage than what we saw in the trailer with Baba Chops. This is a sewer of some kind. So yeah, we are going deeper and deeper. We already knew that. What is this? These kind of look like jail cells as well, like solitary confinement, like you pass a meal through the slot here. Yeah, I don't know why they would have these in a toy factory. Doesn't make any sense. Aha! We know this little pad here. This is for using your hand to bounce like parkour, just like in Chapter 3. Wonder if we'll get a new hand. Probably will. Oh, and there he is, Baba Chops with his Skeletor pendant. Let's talk about the nightmare critters. So a few days after the trailer was released, Mob Games started dropping this logo first. The Nightmare Critters logo, along with all of the other characters that you see here as characters in the upcoming game. And also they introduced info cards for each one. Oh, this is actually great. Thank you, Poppy Playtime Wiki. This is beautiful. So the Nightmare Critters are nearly identical to the Smiling Critters. Both are small, scented, anthropomorphic plush animals with gaping smiles, individualized pendants, and black eyes. Notable differences are their darker colors, furrowed eyes, and the addition of teeth associated with the animal each plush is based on. Also, they're meant to be nightmares. And I thought about this when I started seeing these introduced, and I was like, the Smiling Critters were a product created by Poppy Playtime Co. That's how the story goes. And Catnap was an issue. It got recalled. It was messing up kids, giving them nightmares. And then Playtime Co., it seems like in their history, I'm assuming this was made after the Smiling Critters, took a darker turn in their manufacturing as a toy company and said, hey, let's lean into the nightmare stuff and make these. These are plushes created by Playtime Co. That I guess occupy a lower floor now in the factory. So we start with Baba Chops, which I talked about before and is in the trailer, and I assume the catnap of Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. I don't think it's gonna be the same. Maybe we'll see each one as a villain or character. I guess some will be helpful as well, as it said, but there's got to be a main boss, right? And I think it's gonna be Baba Chops based on the Steam image. So the black sheep of the bunch, well, she is a black sheep. Baba prefers to keep her space, like a lot of space, too much space. She can be distant, quiet, low energy, and it usually requires a lot of coaxing to get her out of the house. Luckily for her, she has some very persistent friends. She usually perks up after a while, but the next day, we are right back to the same tune. So she's a loner. As we saw, she likes to eat Bobby Bearhook. So now let's look at the other characters that were not in that trailer and we may see in future trailers as the game gets closer to release. We have Icky Licky, who smells like coffee. Looks like a lizard, kind of. So Icky's the type of kid to fall behind in a relay race and immediately pin it on a sore knee, even when that's not the case. He's the very definition of a poor sport. Even though he's naturally talented, he's constantly challenging everyone on absolutely everything, and usually without the outcome he expects. Don't worry, he got an excuse ready. And if you look closely, his pendant is like a biohazard badge. But you can already see, like with the first two, that they have very negative traits, whereas the Smiling Critters ones were like friendly, outgoing, likes to learn. And these are the opposite. And there might actually be, and we'll look at it, like direct opposites to each other. Like the one Smiling Critter is the direct opposite of the Nightmare Critter. We have Raby Baby, which I really don't like the name of. Scent is bubblegum. Raby Baby wouldn't keep a secret if her life depended on it. If there's one thing in the world she loves, it's gossiping, and she's very practiced at it. She has no concept of privacy or boundaries, and if she's in the room, you can bet she's eavesdropping on someone. Don't worry, if she ever runs out of juicy secrets to talk about, she'll just make some up. Oh, she's terrible. What is her pendant? Is that blood? Oh yeah, obviously. She's a vampire bat, so she's got like basically a vial of blood around her neck. We've got Alistair Gator, whose scent is sandalwood. Ooh, I like sandalwood. Alistair's an all-around lazy guy. He's chill, sure, but if he could, he'd spend all day in the water doing pretty much nothing, like an alligator. He isn't a fan of the whole put in effort and see effort rewarded bit. He's much more a believer in the philosophy he is. Good things have to come to me eventually. I just need to wait around for it. He's still waiting, and he's got a bones pendant around his neck. That's how alligators really are. They just wait in the water for an opportunity, really slow, and they pop their eyes up, and then you put one foot into the water and they just snap. We've got Simon Smoke, who is a dragon. Simon Smoke knows he's cool and popular, and he makes sure nobody ever forgets it. Whether showing off for friends or just bragging about one of his accomplishments, it's always a popularity contest with him. Almost always he wins. In truth, he's a colossal jerk, but he does have a knack for getting away with being one. Wood Smoke is his scent, and he's got the rapper $sign pendant around his neck. We've got Poe, which has a raven. Well, it's a bird, but I'm assuming a raven because Edgar Allan Poe. Scent is cinnamon. Poe hates the sun and thinks it's a cruel trick of nature that the world needs it in the first place. Most comfortable in the dark. Interesting. So far, they've all been he or she, and Poe is they. Anyway, spend their nights hanging around graveyards, listening to music, and feeling vaguely angry at nothing in particular. They insist this isn't a phase. And it's got like a storm cloud for their pendant. And I guarantee you, this is one of Mob Games' like kids. One of the kids is like goth and is like, that's not a phase. The parent like roll their eyes and like, I'm gonna make you into a raven in Poppy Playtime. And then we have, well, I would say Tui because like Ratatouille. The scent is Petrichor? I do not know that scent. I don't know. Wait, what What is this word? A pleasant smell that frequently accompanies the first rain after a long period of warm, dry weather. There's a word for that? I know that smell. I just say, smells like it rained, or smells like rain. Anyway, Tuil is a self-proclaimed trash rodent. When he's not busy eating and collecting garbage, he's a lively conversationalist. He talks a lot, which is made all the more surprising by him having shockingly little to say. If you ever need someone to provide insightful commentary or some random piece of junk, Tuil is your guide. And he's got fish bones around his neck, like from a trash can. He's a rat, it's obvious. Oh, dude, this one. Maggie Mako with a shark tooth around their neck. Wow, this is like an amazing character right here. It's a shark. It smells like chocolate. Maggie is always thinking about her belly. She's happiest with food in her mouth, and believe us, she's not picky. She loves sweets, but veggies, ugh. Don't be surprised if she takes your health eating habits advice with a dabble of sugar, some chocolate syrup, whipped cream, and a big cherry on top, all while laughing at you profusely. I think she's my favorite character. I mean, they're all pretty cool, actually. Like, I like the designs, but I think that, yeah, Maggie Mako is my favorite. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna be, whether helpful or a villain, but I still like her. I don't care if she eats me. Now, oh yeah, so if you look too, the logo in the critters, you can see each of their logos or colors in the logo, right? So yeah, you've got like Baba Chops here, you've got Simon Smoke here, you got Maggie Mako here, and she took a chomp. She literally chomped, Poe. Now, if you notice also, there are 8 letters in the word critters, and there are 8 critters. There are also 8 smiling critters. And not only that, each one has a color and a scent. So now the only thing that makes me wonder is how Baba Chops is the leader of Poppy Playtime Chapter 4, and how Catnap actually became the leader. And we saw it in the Smiling Critters cartoon. You know, it says Catnap is a calming presence, etc., never speaks, reassuring presence. But if you look on the Smiling Critters wiki here, this right here, Dog Day is very much the leader of the group, but he did not become the main antagonist in Poppy Playtime Chapter 3. In fact, he held on and helped us as much as he could before he chased us with half of his body. But nevertheless, these are all of the characters that have been introduced for Chapter 4, and I don't think we're gonna see any of the other ones. Obviously, in game, they're going to look way, way different. Let me know which one you thought was your favorite and tell me why in the comments below. And let's get ready for Poppy Playtime Chapter 4.